Herod, king of the Jews. And now to Rome came Herod, fugitive from Jerusalem. Despite shipwreck and delay, some months after leaving Egypt, Herod arrived in Rome and turned up one spring morning in Antony's ever-popular vestibule. An important visitor, a well-tried and useful friend to Rome, he was admitted at once to the tablinum. And there, after presenting himself with proper compliments to this his most important friend, Herod reviewed the serious situation that existed in Jerusalem. The treachery, he pointed out, the treachery of that younger Maccabean. The Maccabean prince who had now seized the office of high priest, that nephew of Hyrcanus. He had called on Parthia for help. Parthia, the worst enemy of Rome, had been urged to enter Jerusalem. Together they had taken over the city and driven out all good friends of Rome. Was not he, Herod, the governor of Galilee, a good, loyal friend of Rome? Had not his dead father also been a loyal friend? Wasn't old Hyrcanus himself always agreeable and grateful for protection? What was to be done? Was Rome to stand by and let Parthia remain in Jerusalem? Antony was already concerned over Parthia, and he needed no further proof of Herod's loyalty. Appearing before the Senate, he recommended his friend from Palestine as the best man to look after Rome's interest in that rebellious country. A few days later, Herod heard the Roman Senate pass the decree which made him king. Walking then between Antony and Octavian, who, he saw, eyed him with a shrewd curiosity, Herod left the Senate chamber, and between the two Romans climbed the long white marble steps of the Capitoline. There, at the temple of Jupiter, the customary sacrifice was offered to the Roman god. The decree was placed for safekeeping in the Capitol, and the ceremony was complete. Herod was king of Judea. He was king of the Jews, in name only, however, for his was still an empty title. He had to return now, this new King Herod, to capture his capital, kill off or win over his enemies, and force himself upon the Jewish people who hated him and did not want him as king. This foreigner from Edom, half Jew, half Arab as he was, forced upon them by the Romans. And no king did they want, those people of Jerusalem, except a descendant of King David, their old warrior king and hero of 1,000 years ago.